The World Economic Forum in Davos is usually about economics, cooperation, and global stability. But this year, it became something very different. President Donald Trump stepped onto the world stage with a message that immediately sent shockwaves across international politics, from Greenland to NATO, from tariffs to war and peace. Trump's remarks raised a single question that leaders, markets, and citizens around the world are now asking: is America redefining its role or challenging the global order itself? One of the most surprising moments of Trump's Davos appearance was his renewed focus on Greenland. Greenland is a semi-autonomous territory of Denmark, rich in natural resources and strategically located in the Arctic. Trump has long argued that U.S. control over Greenland is essential for national security, particularly as global competition in the Arctic increases. At Davos, Trump made a notable clarification. For the first time, he said the United States would not use military force to acquire Greenland. However, he did not back away from the goal itself. Trump framed Greenland as a security necessity, not a real estate deal. He suggested that global threats, especially from rival powers, make control over strategic territories more important than ever. This statement attempted to calm fears, but it also raised new ones. If force is off the table, what tools remain? Trump quickly answered that question with economics. He warned that several U.S. allies could face new tariffs if they refused to support America's Greenland ambitions. According to reports, some allies were threatened with tariffs as high as 10%. This tactic reflects a familiar Trump strategy: use economic pressure instead of military action. But markets reacted immediately. Major U.S. stock indexes fell sharply following his remarks. Investors worry that tariffs on close allies could disrupt global trade, raise prices for consumers, and trigger retaliation. For supporters, this is leverage. For critics, it's economic warfare against friends. Either way, the message was clear: America will push its interests even if it strains alliances. Perhaps the most controversial moment of Trump's speech came when he openly criticized NATO, standing before world leaders. Trump described America's closest allies as unreliable partners. He suggested that some European nations have changed, and not for the better. This was not just rhetoric. NATO has been the backbone of Western military cooperation for decades. Publicly questioning its value sends a powerful signal to both allies and adversaries. Trump argues that the U.S. carries too much of the burden, while others benefit without contributing enough. Supporters see this as honesty. Critics see it as dangerous, because when alliances weaken, uncertainty grows, and uncertainty invites conflict. Trump didn't stop with Europe. When asked about the Middle East, he made another bold claim: that the region is more peaceful because of U.S. action. He credited previous strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, arguing they prevented Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons and forced negotiations forward. But his language was sharp. Trump warned that if Iran attempts to rebuild or rearm, the response would be swift and overwhelming. To supporters, this signals strength and deterrence. To critics, it raises fears of escalation. Once again, Trump positioned power as the key to peace, a theme consistent throughout his presidency. Trump also commented on the war in Ukraine, urging both President Zelensky and President Putin to reach a deal. His words were blunt, even by his standards. He framed the conflict as one that should already be resolved, suggesting that continued fighting benefits no one. This reflects Trump's broader leadership style: direct, confrontational, and often dismissive of diplomatic tradition. Supporters argue this cuts through bureaucracy. Critics say it oversimplifies complex conflicts. But there is no denying one thing: his words dominate headlines. So, what does Trump's Davos appearance really tell us? First, the United States is signaling a shift. Military force may be restrained, but economic and political pressure are not. Second, alliances are being tested. not quietly, but publicly. Third, perception matters. In today's world, a single speech can move markets, strain partnerships, and reshape global narratives. Trump understands this and uses it. Trump left Davos with polite applause, but deep global debate. Some see a leader protecting American interests at any cost. Others see a president pushing the world toward fragmentation. The truth likely lies somewhere in between. But one thing is certain: power, alliances, and global leadership are being renegotiated in real time, and the consequences will not be decided in Davos, but in the months and years ahead. So, here's the real question. Is Trump strengthening America or reshaping the world in risky ways? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, subscribe for daily world news, and stay informed because global power never sleeps.